Video number 6, reflection, evaluation, and failure, or what's next. When I started the internship, I thought the end project would be just building the Career Connections Hub and say, here you go, it's done. Turns out building the prototype isn't the finish line. Preparing for what comes next is. So one thing I haven't talked much about in this process is evaluation. I mentioned it briefly last time, but it's not something that I've really delved into, but it's something I should have been thinking about through the whole process. It's not realistic to say, create a proposal, launch a new system for an entire college in 6 weeks. The goal was to design and develop the pilot and prototype and eventually test it, evaluate it, and improve it as we need. So because of that, I haven't done a lot of user testing yet. Instead, I created an evaluation plan to be the next phase of the project. Because our prototype came out of accreditation and experiences that our students aren't getting soon enough, the users will come when the students come back to campus and over time. So what does the next phase of the project look like? Well, it involves students, employees, faculty, staff, and the users of the Career Connection Hub and their feedback. So we need to know things like, is the site easy to navigate? Can employees easily submit opportunities? Can employers submit opportunities? Did the students find the information was easily accessible or came to them faster than all of these bulk emails from other platforms? Did faculty and staff have the resources that they needed to get the information to and from their partners? Those are the questions that are going to really determine if this instructional technology solution is successful. One of the requirements in these reflections is to talk about our favorite failure. Now, I can honestly say I don't run across a lot of people that say, oh, I favorite failure. However, projects don't come without failure or pivoting. So when we talk about that in this project, I can tell you the Career Connections Hub is a thing. The prototype does work when it comes to functionality. The pages we built are connecting and successful. The form works, the lists connect. But I realized it's not the technology's function, or actually if it connects. It's about one of my assumptions. Early in the project, midway through, I mentioned proprietary software, and sometimes in the university level even, employees don't have full access to all the resources that a software program could offer. Thankfully, I do, and my partners in this project do. But I realized that our business partners in the community might not. So I started building, and I realized that university proprietary technology environments may not connect to the outside world. SharePoint is designed for internal university community, and our employers are not internal university accounts. They are outside. So we could assume, or should, that access to some of the tools may be limited to our business partners, but our faculty and staff and students may be able to use it every day. So that feels like a setback. But the more I work through it, the more I realize we could actually make the project better because of that. Instead of forcing one system to work for everyone, just Microsoft, we can redesign the workflow and have have the employees interact through Microsoft Forms instead of just the SharePoint, which was originally my idea. We say we put the SharePoint out there and then they can click and do the forms. They can access the Microsoft Forms. So maybe we have to pivot a little bit, or maybe reevaluate what our proprietary software is. But faculty and staff, which we feel like those are the opportunities that fall through the cracks, can use the proprietary software. So maybe we put the focus more on faculty, staff, student driven, and less the responsibility of our employer community or our business partner community. So honestly, it's probably a lesson that I've learned through this internship that should be thought of throughout all processes. And educational technology isn't about finding one tool to solve every problem. Sometimes it's connecting tools that you already have. Sometimes it's simplifying the tools that you're using. Sometimes it's reevaluating them. It's definitely about the user, though. It's definitely about the people. And it's about understanding that you're building designs for solution and to work in a specific environment. So as I wrap up my project and created my portfolio website, I thought the website would be a simple place to just submit my assignments. Instead, it is also part of my reflection and my journey. From organizing everything from identifying the educational problem to researching existing practices with peer universities, to designing a solution, to building a prototype, to developing somewhat of an evaluation plan, I realized how my project has evolved over the last 6 weeks plus. And looking back, I'm really proud of the prototype. I even am prouder, if that's a thing, I am more proud of how I've grown in recognizing instructional design challenges and working through them. And just as a designer in general, research matters, planning matters, shareholders matter, evaluation matters, and sometimes failure is the most important matter of it all. Recognizing limitations of your environment and designing better solutions because of them. The Career Connection Hub was never meant to be the finished product, the final. It's a pilot and a starting point. If the college decides to continue with the project, I hope the next steps include implementing the prototype into real practice on a daily basis. The collection from the stakeholders, the information, the feedback is going to be important. And we'll continue to improve it through the other failures that happened during the process. Because good instructional design is never really finished. It grows, collaboration, reflection, evaluation, continuous improvement. And I think that's the biggest lesson I'll take away from this internship, the continuous improvement.